Hello everyone, NatLabs here. Today we're going to be making this very simple draggable rope in the Godot Game Engine, version 3.2.2 stable, and let's get right into it. Let's see if I can grab it. Oops, nope, okay, it left. Whatever. So, essentially what we have over here is a game scene and a rope scene. In the rope scene, yeah, it does look a little complex, but it's actually very simple, and I've actually posted a video before which actually explains how this works, and it's the exact same script. In fact, I'll just clean it up a bit. This is the exact same script, I explain it over there, but just a small recap. We loop over the children of the rope scene, and we say for every pin joint, we're going to set node A equal to the one above it, and node B, which is over here, to the one below it. And that's exactly how this script works in the 10-second version. That's how the script of the rope scene works. And in the rope body, we have something a little different. We have a movement script which moves it towards the mouse, but we have to make sure that we can only apply a force if we're hovering over or if we want to drag something. For example, if I did this and I ran the scene, you can see that, yeah, it always comes to my mouse, but I didn't have to click or anything. If I do it over here, you can see that it just looks like a brick, honestly. We want to make sure we only apply a force to one block and not the entire thing. And the way we can do it is through the script. So we're going to want to go to a rigid body, and we want to connect the signals mouse entered and mouse exited, and we want to make sure pickable is equal to true. By default it's off, but you want to make sure it's true. And what we're going to say is that in the input function, sorry, let me just zoom in. In the input function, we're going to make sure that if event is action press clicked, which is in the input map, clicked is just if we click, and there's not much to that. If we click and mouse in is actually a variable we declare at the beginning of the script, which literally means if our mouse is inside of a block, set it equal to true, and when it exits, set it equal to false. So if we click and we're inside of a certain block, pressed is equal to true, okay? And once pressed is equal to true, it will stay true until we release it. And just to illustrate the point, because I realized I was rambling on a little bit too much, I'm just going to print out mouse in and pressed. And remember, the only time we can move is if pressed is true. You can see that mouse in is true when the mouse moves into the body. But you can see that pressed is true. Actually, wait 1 second. You can see that when mouse in is true, and I click on it, pressed becomes true. It doesn't matter if mouse in is false, because pressed is still going to remain true until we let go. And that's exactly what happens. If we click and mouse is in, set pressed equal to true. And once we let go of the mouse, set pressed equal to false. I am really hoping that makes sense. And in fact, that's exactly what happens. When the mouse is inside, for example, it's not responding to any click. Once it's inside, pressed can become true. And once pressed is true, it will just keep following regardless. But one thing to warn you about is that it will follow outside of the frame. Just to make that clear. Usually things don't, but because we didn't let go of the mouse, it's still considering that the mouse is pressed. But if I let go, you can see that it'll just continue going on in this direction forever. Anyway, of course, we have our pin joint over here because that's part of what makes the rope work. And yeah, that's all you have to do. You just have to add the rope scene tutorial plus a card tutorial I made some time ago, and yeah, you get the simple draggable rope. And in fact, it looks like a snake. Also, if you're wondering what this floating block is here for, it's actually what I used to grab it. Looks more snake-like, I guess, if you could say, because this is considered the snake, and then this is like the... And I just want to make a small note. The lower you put your mass value for the rope body piece, the quicker the snake will be. For example, right now you can see the mass is 0.07. If I set it to 0.01, you can see that it just goes crazy. Sorry, that little white box was annoying me. You can see that it just goes crazy, and in fact, it'll start to break itself eventually if you keep using it like this. But if I just leave it stationary for a second, you can see that if I increase its mass value to like 110, you'll see it's a lot slower. In fact, it doesn't even. It's like it doesn't even respond to the mouse, even though that should work. and you can see that it's almost like it doesn't even respond to the mouse. In fact, you can see now that the pixels are moving because of the mass being at 110. So yeah, just want to make that small note, and that's all for this tutorial. Have an amazing day.